I came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double dreams. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double dreams. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double dreams. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
The run for Pollard. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 43.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script. If they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And I'm sure for these guys, the break from the conference championship to the Super Bowl seems so long. To get out here and score that first touchdown has to take some tension out of the game.
Oh, I love the point you just made about the gap between. Think about the pressure that is built in the interim. To come out and get the first points in the Super Bowl, fantastic for the team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line. Ready?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Winston. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Andy Isabella, 73 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Another run, this time McCaffrey, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
180. Up, up. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Let me know right now. You better bring it. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Watch QB draw. Watch out.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Winston. It's caught. Smith. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. These two teams all tied after one.
20, blue lady. Bang, 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 bang. Jump. Easy.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. On second down, it's Pollard. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Check 53. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Winston. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Set, 20. Mike is 59. That's not good.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set, 180. Exit. Point it right.
Throwing on second and 8. Mayfield. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Jared Davis leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Well, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw is Winston. Going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Mayfield to throw it, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
180, 52 right here. 52. Man, I got that.
McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston. Airing it out deep for Smith. And got his man complete. They'll get 34 yards there. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
To throw, Winston. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Winston now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. Winston to throw for it on 4th. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. So these 2 teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, these 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Christian McCaffrey with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Winston. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Winston looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Looking here for Smith downfield. He's got a man. Complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Winston. Buying time to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
They'll throw again. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Quan Alexander charging hard for that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Ready? Blue ready. Check 53. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
3rd and long for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Texans' 33-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
59. Defense wins championships, man. We're 33.
Throw it. Mayfield. It's Hill, complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He wants it all for the end zone. Will Fuller, 31 yards. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes where those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Winston. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
That's good for a Texans.
Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Black 25. Mike, you don't want this. 5-0. Check 50.
Off the play fake, Winston. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Throwing on second and long. Winston, there goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Jameis to throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Looking deep for Gabriel. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get him the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys' offense. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
59, no chance. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Westbrook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of his end zone, Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
On second down, McCaffrey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Cowboys on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
You can't stop me.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Hey, check 24. Ready, double thing. Let's go.
Now Winston on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. Andy Isabella was the intended target. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? but instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
You better be afraid of me.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And the Dallas Cowboys will hoist the Lombardi Trophy. They are the... For the victors, getting to...